they don't do it on purpose? What if they do? What if they do it on purpose? Should they be punished? Should they be punished? Yes or no? What if I do it on purpose? I take off my mask and I call the team. I know I have called the team, and I call not wear the mask, and I call, and you get COVID. Should I be punished? Okay, let's look at the answers from group number 3. Yes, because you didn't. Yes, because you didn't do the duty you need to do. So you have to think of others, right? You have to be considerate, right? You have to think of others. We cannot be selfish. Okay, very good. So group number 3 gets 1 more point. 2 points. Okay, 1 point.
Thank you.
Let's look at the answers from group number 5. No. Think they going to die, so be nice for them.
Yeah.
1 point. Okay, 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so most of you think they should be responsible because we have to think of others. We have to think of others. We cannot just think of ourselves. We cannot be selfish, right? Okay, very good. Now let's move on to. We're going to tell a story. Yes. Okay, 1 point. 1 point for group number 5. Oh, there you go.
1 point. 1.
1 point for group number 1.
Yeah.
You just answer 1 question, right? Right, 1 question. 1 question. Okay, 1 point.
好了。
Now we're going back to 20th century. They don't have this knowledge of preventing the disease, contagious disease. What would they do? What would they do? So I'm going to tell the story by watching the video of drunk history. Have anyone seen this comedy before? Raise your hand. This drunk history. This is one of the comedy show I like the most. Have anyone watched the channel before? Raise your hand. Okay, so there are going to be 2 hosts, 2 narrators, telling the story with a very ironic tone. Okay? So, we're going to watch the story, watch the TV show, and they're going to tell you the story of Typhoid Mary. And please pay attention to the story. We're going to have a competition. We're going to have a race. Okay? Wait a minute. Here. What time is it? We have to hurry up. With English subtitles. But there are going to be some actors and actresses to play the story. So it's easy to understand. So pay attention to it. Okay. Let's turn off the light. Okay, that's it. No, now.
New York City. Immigrants were just flooding in from all over the world to start their new life. And today we will be discussing Typhoid Mary. Let's travel back to 1900, New York City. Immigrants were just flooding in from all over the world to start their new life in America. And then we see one angel face And she says, I'm Mary Madeline, I am Irish, I'm proud, and I'm here to cook, baby. So, Mary's signature dish was vanilla ice cream with sliced peaches. The rich people would call up their friends and say, honey, have you had Mary Madeline's peach vanilla ice cream? It is the best friggin' dessert that I have had. And that's how she got around, word of mouth, old school marketing. So, what is it? Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay is like the Beverly Hills of the time. Teddy Roosevelt's there, that's where he summers. Charles Warren is there. He is the banker to all the rich people, including the Vanderbilts.
These are all rich people.
So what happens to his family? They, all of a sudden, get sick. And they say, we're rich. We don't have to deal with disease. Dr. George Soper rolls up. His job is whatever a sanitation engineer is. Dr. Soper says, well, honey, I'll be honest. Everybody in your family has typhoid fever. Charles says, what? What does that mean? Typhoid? And Dr. Soper says, you could hemorrhage from the inside. People die from this.
Do you know what is hemorrhages? Like you bleed in your body. Okay? You bleed in your body.
Since 1900, we don't have pills. We don't have, we don't have, what's it called? What's that pill that solves everything? Antibiotics. We didn't have that, okay? There's no antibiotics, okay?
What is antibiotics? They don't have antibiotics in 20th century. What is antibiotics? 抗生素. Okay, so they don't have that. They don't have the pills that can cure everything, okay?
So, Charles Warren says, here's a bunch of money, hunt down the source and kill it all. Dr. Soper gets to business. He goes through the plumbing. He interviews the local fishmonger. He's trying to find the typhoid and finding dead ends everywhere he goes. But then all of a sudden he gets a call from Manhattan. There's a wealthy family who just came down with typhoid. The little girl is very sick. She has her covers up to her face. She says, Daddy, I'm cold. I'm very cold, Daddy. So Soper rolls up and interviews the family. He realizes they just had a new chef. He says, wait a minute, who was the chef? They said, well, she was a delightful Irish immigrant named Mary Madeline. Soper says, wait a damn minute! That's the same woman who was cooking for the family at Oyster Bay! And he says, I think we're on to something, baby. I think I'm on to something. So anyway, Soper rolls up to Mary's house. He says, excuse me, ma'am. I'm pretty sure you have typhoid fever, and I'm pretty sure you're giving it to everybody that you're cooking for. And she says, excuse me? I am an Irish immigrant woman trying to make it in 1900 New York. How dare you accuse me of being unsanitary? Then she chases him out on the floor and says, if you ever come back, if you ever try to for my money again, I will take you out. So he needs to get more evidence. He sits down at his desk. There are papers everywhere. And he says, oh my God, 8 families Mary Madeline has cooked for, 7 of them have contracted typhoid? That's not a coincidence. That's not. That is fact.
Okay, now, let's stop here first. What is the fact? Write down your answer on the whiteboard. What is the fact he is talking about? You said, this is fact. What's the fact? Put it down. Put your answer on the whiteboard. Let's do this. He said, that is fact. So what is the fact? What kind of virus? What kind of virus? Okay, what do you think? What is the fact? What is the fact? What is his name? George Soper. And he's onto something, right? And after after he investigated some family, some rich family, he found something. Okay, let's look at the answers from group number 5. She said, Mary, typhoid, virus. Okay. Mary sprayed typhoid to rich people. Very good. The fact is,